How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to my channel. So tonight, I'm really excited to rank the 10 feature films from David Lynch. Obviously, he's very well known for his TV show Twin Peaks, which I think is a great show. But really want to focus on the feature films. I'll get right to it here. At number 10, this one, I think that I noticed on Collider had this one at number 1. So I think if you go through David Lynch's filmography, I think they can go in any order really, and I'm ranking these from the ones I've connected to the least to the most. So I don't think any of these movies are bad at all. It's just some that I haven't watched enough to really connect to them yet. So and I definitely welcome everybody to leave their ranking. Let me know how they would rank these 10 films. But so at number 10, like I said, Collider had this at number 1, but I have it at number 10. It's the movie Inland Empire. This movie, I think it was released earlier this year from Criterion. It's like 3 hours long. It's very slow paced. I thought Laura Dern's really great in this movie. I thought she really carried the movie for 3 hours. As Justin Theroux is in it. It also has Jeremy Irons in it as well. For me, I've only watched it once. When you have a 3 hour movie that moves at that slower pace, kind of depressing in a lot of ways, it's hard to rewatch it. It would have been nice if there was some kind of commentary on it. I know that David Lynch doesn't do commentaries, but maybe have somebody that's like a film historian or somebody just talk about the movie and how they interpreted the movie. But for me, Inland Empire, if I watched it again, maybe it would move up again. So at number 9, this one's from Shout Select. This one's never going to be on Criterion. It's the craziest one, but this is from 1990. It's Wild at Heart, starring Nicolas Cage. It has Laura Dern, and it also has Willem Dafoe. A crazy movie. It's really just over the top. Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage in this movie. He's just nuts in the movie. But it also has the song "Wicked Game" from Chris Isaak. I think that song was released in 1989, and so I don't know if this movie made that song popular or if it was already a hit before that, but it definitely fits the movie quite a bit, along with like the heavy metal in the movie. But I think that, like I said, that movie's never going to be on Criterion. It's just a little too mainstream, I guess, and it just doesn't fit the Criterion kind of style. But I'm glad that David Lynch made a movie like that, though. So at number 8, this movie's definitely grown on me over the years. It's one of the oldest ones. Like the first David Lynch movie I ever saw, but it's from 1984. The movie is Dune. This is a release from Arrow. This one's also never going to be on Criterion either. But it's got Kyle MacLachlan. He's worked with David Lynch so many times on Twin Peaks and Blue Velvet. He's a great. Definitely a great match with him. It's got Stings in it. It's got Patrick Stewart from the Star Trek Next Generation. Also has Sean Young. But this movie, this is on Blu-ray, but they also have this on 4K as well. But it's definitely a movie. It's just kind of grown on me over the years. It's almost 40 years old. So I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot of the rankings where they had Dune last. Even like some that ranked the TV show in with the movies, and it was like number 12 or sometimes number 10. So at number 7, this is actually one of the reasons why I picked up Disney Plus again. I've kind of had a ban on Disney Plus for a while now. What they did with the French Connection, what Disney did with that. But I picked up Disney Plus so I can watch Ahsoka and Loki, but also for this movie. But this movie's released in 1999. It's called The Straight Story. Obviously, I think this movie could be ranked higher. It definitely deserves to be ranked higher, but this one's definitely the strangest from David Lynch. As far as how family oriented this movie is, it doesn't fit anything else that David Lynch has ever done. It has Richard Farnsworth. If you've ever seen Misery, he was the sheriff in that movie, and I think he was like 78 when they filmed it, and he died he was like 79 when they released the movie in theaters. And then he died, I think, in the year 2000, I believe, at the age of 80. But I thought he was really great in this movie. His daughter in the movie is played by Sissy Spacek, and she does this thing with her voice I thought was really great. She's not really in the movie a lot, but I thought her screen time, she definitely made it count. And the way she talks in the movie, it kind of different for her. And I really haven't seen a ton of movies. From Sissy Spacek. Obviously, I have Carrie. I have that one on Blu-ray, but I thought she was really great in this. And also, this movie I don't own it on Blu-ray yet. But actually today I looked online on deep discount, and I found that Imprint actually just released a Blu-ray of it that's actually region free. It was released, I think, on July 23rd or so of this year. And Imprint actually had released the straight story before, and it was like region B locked, and I don't have a region free player, but so I was happy to be able to find that on Blu-ray. So at number 6, this one it's another crazy movie from David Lynch. He does so many surreal movies that have definitely a lot of just stuff in it it's not family oriented like a straight story. Everything else is really kind of dark and violent and that kind of stuff. But this one was actually released in 1997, and the movie is Lost Highway. Really enjoy this movie. Love the soundtrack to it. I own the soundtrack for it. This one has Bill Pullman, Patricia Arquette, Robert Blake. Robert Blake is really nuts in this movie. Robert Loggia is in it as well. If you know that famous scene with him and the tailgater in the movie, just nuts. But like I said, I think Trent Reznor, I think, did the sound. He was like the producer of the soundtrack on this, and Nine Inch Nails have like a song on the soundtrack. I think it's the Perfect Drug, I believe. But definitely Lost Highway is a lot of people bought it. I think it was released in 2022, I believe, and it was really popular on 4K through Criterion. I actually own it on Blu-ray, but a lot of people own it on 4K. And let me know in the comments what you think of how it looks on 4K. So at number 5, this one was released in 1992. It's definitely another crazy one. It's based on the TV show Twin Peaks: Fire Walk with Me. It has a Kyle MacLachlan in it again. It has a Cheryl Lee. Yeah, definitely a wild movie. Like it definitely fits the surreal kind of theme that David Lynch has in a lot of his movies. Really dark, but this I would say you probably need to watch the TV show to kind of get it, because this is like a prequel to the TV show. I love the limited screen time that David Bowie has in this movie. It's just nuts, and also David Lynch is actually one of the characters in the movie as well. So he does some acting in the movie. Not really great acting, but I love the character that he plays in the movie. So number 4, this one some people might have it number 1. This is released in 1977. It's definitely the weirdest movie that David Lynch has directed, but the movie is Eraserhead. This one is the debut film from David Lynch, starring Jack Nance. This is one that's had to grow on me over the years, and it's gone higher and higher up my list. The more I've seen it, it's one that you're not sure exactly where it's going to go, or it kind of the pacing's kind of odd in the movie, but I think it's the one that the next movie on my list. It's the reason why he got the second film that he ever did. At number 3, this one, like I said, this is the one that Mel Brooks he produced, and he chose David Lynch based on what he saw on Eraserhead. But this is released in 1980. It's the movie Elephant Man. This is starring Anthony Hopkins, the great actor. It has John Hurt. He's the guy that plays the Elephant Man. Like I said, when Mel Brooks saw Eraserhead, he decided that was the guy he wanted to pick to direct his film. So yeah, this one got a lot of critical acclaim. I think it got some Oscar love at the time. Yeah, The Elephant Man, number 3. At number 2, this one might be actually number 1 for a lot of people, but this was released in 2001. The movie is Mulholland Drive. This one's definitely crazy. It has has Naomi Watts, Justin Theroux, has a Lena Herring. I think this one may have been delayed because of 9/11 at the time. But yeah, like I said, this is one. It's definitely a surreal movie. A lot of people don't totally get it. And you're not really supposed to get David Lynch. He said that like a lot of people asked him why is his stories don't make sense, why his movies don't make sense, and he said why does it have to make sense? He likes that. He likes the fact that it goes in a kind of different directions and nobody can understand what's happening. I think the more surreal, the better for him. You know, that's what he loves to do. So that's he does it on purpose, and a lot of critics kind of let him off the hook because of that. And he's the guy that I give him a pass for, because I kind of expected it from, as you've seen more and more David Lynch movies, you kind of expect it to be kind of weird. But so I got Mulholland Drive at number 2. So at number 1, this is from 1986. The movie is Blue Velvet. You know, Dennis Hopper is really great in this movie. It has Kyle MacLachlan again, Isabella Rossellini, Laura Dern. Yeah, this is the one that I think is probably the most mainstream for a lot of fans that aren't necessarily David Lynch fans. I think this is the one that a lot of people have seen. Yeah, this is a great one. Dennis Hopper is fantastic in this movie. Plays a kind of psychopath in the movie, and he's great, and it's definitely a reason to check this out. So yeah, so I've got the Blue Velvet at number 1. So that's all I have for you tonight. Like I said, leave in the comments. Let me know how you'd rank these, because like I said, I've seen a lot of different rankings online, and they go across the board completely different. You know, like I said, Inland Empire is number 1 on Collider. So they can go in any order. There's really no wrong answers at all. This is all for fun. This is enjoying David Lynch's work. You know, he's done some really great stuff. I'm glad he just did 10 films, and also did the Twin Peaks. He actually had 2 different parts of Twin Peaks. He had the original series, and then he came back and did like another series, you know, from that. So he obviously, people love Twin Peaks, and then back in the early 90s, that show definitely fit that time period, especially with grunge music hitting Seattle at the time, and the movie being based in Washington, state of Washington. Definitely fit that scene. It's very surreal, and so yeah, a lot of people love that show. And so please, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do that. Please put a thumbs up on this video, please. It definitely helps out my channel a lot. And please have a great night. Thank you. Bye.